The cards are dealt. The draws are complete, and now all there is to see what hands we hold. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Deck of Long Lost Things. My name is Philip, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this traditional D&D game. And I am joined by a pair of players. Say, may the cards protect us, players.
May the cards protect us.
May the cards protect us, players.
So yes, my players here, you might notice that, this game has 6 players in it. And tonight we have 2. We considered postponing, but I left it in the hands of the players. And these 2 gentlemen above me, what do you think they said?
We said, we like to get down to business.
And what's interesting is, if they die, they're both very excited about the next character they shall build. That I think is the biggest key thing.
Facts.
So, before we jump into this, this could potentially be the last night of this. We are going to open Dracula's Castle. There are only 2 of you to vote. Now,
This is great.
the only die that is missing from the sets, we have 7 of all of 3 of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so the only thing that is missing is the moon. The moon D10. That is all that remains.
I mean, I think it's going to be the Moon D10. Is there, you said there's 2 left?
There are there's 2 days left. So it's the moon
wait,
D10.
how many spots are left, though?
There are 2 boxes left. And let's give the full analysis. Now, occasionally there will be 2 dice in a single thing, but there's just, where's the 30th? So there's the 30th here, normal size, the 31st here. There was a double wide yesterday, which I did reveal on Discord as per request, that there were...
Like those 2 fangs, right?
There were these 2 fangs. So are they fangs? Are they stakes? We don't know. So there could be more stakes and fangs. I will say this. If the moon D10 does not appear tonight, there is no opportunity. We will still open it tomorrow, but no one can guess tomorrow to see what it is. But in terms of
I think it's the Moon D10 because I'll tell you, I think it's the Moon D10 because like the last one is going to be something special.
I'm going to concur.
I think it should be. Okay, so you guys are going to together guess the Moon D10, just knowing that here's the other things. You know, we've had all these fangs, a wood, black and bloody, 2 white and bloody, as well as a wood coffin. So you guys are guessing Moon D10. Galanorian Saber's guessing Moon D10. I'm getting the sense Moon D10 is the guess. Let us open box 30. So much harder to do without Aaron.
And here's what I say before you open it, Philip. I think that if they left Moon D10 for the last one, and they didn't leave something special for the last one, then they're fucking cowards.
Well spoken, Cobalt. Well spoken.
Behold, a Moon D10.
Oh!
Congratulations,
I respect that
gentlemen.
this company remains intact.
Gentlemen, first roll on it, by the way, is a 4. You both get 4 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And you both get heroic inspiration.
We will need that.
Ate all of it.
Every little bit helps. Wait, I'll just say to our players before we jump into this whole thing. I've been expressing a mild concern on my part of I was almost like maybe we shouldn't do this just because, you know, I've built this fight in a certain way, assuming there would be maybe not everyone, but more people. And with only 2 people, this fight it grows. You know, there are ways that I can adjust things down, and I will do that. I'm not going to throw them just into pure meat grinder, but I'm also not going to, you know, utterly change how this is going to work. There's a couple things going on tonight that may...
See, what's cool about this is, like, in Dungeons & Dragons, like...
That's what we're playing, yeah.
Wait, we are?
Yeah,
we play this game, Dungeons & Dragons, because these characters, like, we have the possibility to be people who are different than ourselves, people who can do different things, people who can, you know, pick a lock, people who can cast magic spells, you know, people who can use their charm to alter the fates of nations. And here Jed and I are playing 2 guys who hit shit.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So accurate.
Well, you have
You know what? One of the things I love about D&D is you're telling a story. You
Yeah.
know, you're here to tell a story.
Yeah.
And that story isn't always good. It's not always pleasant. But what it does do is it leads to the next story.
That's so
You
true.
know, yeah. Me and Dan are here today playing D&D. You know, we're playing characters that hit shit, but that might lead us to a better conclusion after this.
Well, also, you know,
even if we get hit.
Also, just say this is chapter 6. We couldn't have gotten to chapter 6 without chapter 5.
That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? What comes after 6? Chapter 7.
Fuck yeah.
How we're gonna get there? By being here today, right now.
Damn straight, brother.
So this is a pep talk. This is a pep talk feedback loop between two people who need to believe in themselves and one another. So there we go.
Hey, you know what? We're playing D&D today.
Yeah. We're here to do something, Philip. I don't know about you.
And the cool thing about D&D, I've had to explain this to people who don't play it. You know, this isn't a video game. There's no retry. Whatever happens today is what happens, and that's a really interesting thing. So how fares the Duchess tonight? That's the question.
Hey, wait. Have I told you, Jed, that I love you today?
What? You haven't? But I love you too.
Oh, that's sweet. All right, well, on that note,
The Duchess rides again. Let's go.
I'm like, do I have a razor I can shave down to a mustache real quick with?
in our last session, previously,
Where's my hat?
We escaped from this room as it started to burn due to the unveiling of the pitchfork card, thanks to Cobalt's understanding of what the command word to open this magical box was. Our heroes, some were a little burned here and there. Luck did reach into the flame, burning himself in the process, and grabbed hold of the card and ran out. Cobalt realized that something else was coming, perhaps something even more powerful than the card, or certainly more powerful than the card on its own. But he nevertheless also saw the amount of heat and fiendish flame coming through and said, we all need to run. So our heroes ran outside, they hid, they saw that Restitution had also escaped, but she was being chased off by some of the people they had sent to get her earlier when pretending to be Crusade. After many sort of, arguments of what they're up to and what they're trying to claim in the first place, they decided to go back in. After many hours, once the sort of flames had died down, they entered the very perilous but inhabitable space. Full of smoke, hard to see, incredibly hot, lots of areas where they could really burn themselves. And I guess I should mention that Cobalt did send a message to Restitution, and she did eventually, he had to send a few. She eventually replied, but he didn't reply to her once she did, because all she was asking is, what are you doing with did you get the card? And he's like, we're not telling her that, but he wanted to apologize slightly. You also did inspect the card itself, and Zeely thought that it maybe depicted the throne room of Infernia, the tyrant queen of the Archdevil. She gave you some background on that. The pitchfork card is a pitchfork in this kind of throne room. In one corner, you can see a fiend, a skull with a spider crawling out of an eye. In the other corner, there's like an imp reaching for it, but like blocking its cowering at the same time. Implying all sorts of things to anyone who ever wanted to do, a tarot reading using such a card. But you then went back in, and as you guys pushed through, you made it to that big meeting room where there was more flame in the center. Wa'api'ino, Cobalt, Kha'rack, and Luck chose to ignore that, move around the side. But Zeely was curious, and she went forward with tenacity, and they investigated, determining that this is some kind of portal from which fiendish things may have burst into this plane of reality. She realized that kind of late and began calling out to those who'd already entered the smoky chamber where you had previously escaped from Crusade.
Her calling out was, yo.
Hey, she said, hey. In the meantime, you all entered this room, and you saw on the ground, kind of still hot to the touch, a pitchfork. That, there had been a desk there. The desk is now ash and ember. It's kind of still sort of sitting in piles of it, but the pitchfork kind of fallen through it, but you can see like the heat of the pitchfork kind of searing off the ash. You can see it on the ground. As you hear those warnings from the smoke in this room, you hear a growling and some words of infernal. That is where we left off. So at this time, I need to know, gentlemen, what deck shall we draw from for our tone card? Bear in mind, our tone card last time wound up being true at the very end. It was the missionary, and it was warnings of the spread of fear and ignorance. In other words, it was Zeeley's warning that she was calling out at the very end.
I'm gonna request, because 'tis the season, for either the spooky deck, the pumpkin deck, the candy corn deck.
I think the deck of secrets is the closest for that.
All right, great.
Should we do the deck of secrets?
Yeah.
How high you want? Just, I don't know.
Stop.
Top card?
I said stop. So
my finger was on the top card.
All right,
Stop.
fine. Then that's where it was. Okay, great.
Oh, the broken one.
That does not look good.
The broken one. Okay. That's, yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah. What does that guy do?
Let's find
It's
out.
called Broken One.
It's called the broken one. Let's find out. From the Taroka. Ah, it's from the high deck. Oh, broken one is rough. Defeat, failure, and despair. The loss of something or someone important without which one feels incomplete. Were you to draw this card, an NPC of great importance to you is pulled into a demiplanar prison. Their absence is deeply felt, rendering you feeling incomplete until they're rescued. Decrease your wisdom or your charisma by 2.
Jesus Christ.
It's a bad card. The Secrets has some really bad things in it.
Does it also have some really good things in it?
Yeah, I think the Secrets has probably the single best card.
Okay.
That was not the one, though.
Or I'll phrase it like this. I think the Secrets has the single most, like the most game-breaking, powerful effect.
Well, now Jet and I are both like, well, what is it?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we'll see. All right, so with that, my dear friends, you hear the growling, you hear the flame. And just to kick things off, I need Wap, Eno, and Cobalt Rainsilver to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's start this party with a jump.
21.
21.
16.
16. You both succeed. And as you hear creaking and groaning and falling from behind you, you both manage to sort of leap forward and avoid the flaming beams and massive pieces of wood that fall, blocking you off from the rest of the party in this room. You hear kind of like Luck and Kha'rack behind you shouting like, oh, look! Like it seems like they maybe either both leapt back or maybe took damage. We're not sure either way. But the point is they're not here with you. So gentlemen, welcome to the Octagon. You two are in here by yourselves. This is how I'm not threatening any other members of the party.
Okay.
You are in the you're in the hot box. It was real funny because earlier they were like, so maybe you could have a thing where like our NPC PCs, maybe they could like just do like minimal damage, not take a bunch of damage, this, and I was like, yeah, sure, or they're not involved. But
I mean, that's fine, yeah.
What's great is neither of you took damage at the start and were not prone by this effect.
Yeah.
So you both do this, but now you can tell that you're in this room, and though you can sort of see through the smoke this thing, you know that there are other things kind of around it, watching it, and you hear some words in Infernal. Now, what are your insight scores, gentlemen?
+3.
+4.
+3, +4. Perfect. You don't need to know the language that is being spoken to understand that a command has been given to attack. So at this point, my dear friends, let us roll a very important initiative. Remember, my dears, you do have your heroic inspiration, which may be used at any time.
17.
17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And in this game, even though this really could be... I think I will describe this just based on numbers and everything. This is a lethal encounter for you guys.
Yeah.
I am not going to fudge
shit.
I'm not fudging any dice rolls at all in this whole campaign, but it's even tonight. But the dice are on your side because I've rolled a 1 for initiative for your opponent.
I mean, as long as it really didn't matter as long as you rolled higher or lower than us.
True, but it's a actually that's a good point. I just got a 1 out of the way, so now I'm ready to hit.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a 17 for Wapiti. And Cobalt, you were a 20 what?
Just a 20 on the dot.
20 on the freaking dot. All right, Cobalt. All right, Cobalt. What would you like to do?
How big is the space we're in?
This room is about a portion of it has now been cut off, and obviously there may be ways for you to go through it, but you do feel like it would take a whole action to like investigate getting out of, you know.
We have more pressing concerns right now.
So exactly. So we'll call the section that you have. It's probably 20 feet across and 15 feet deep.
Okay, so in that case, I have blind sight for 10 feet, so I can tell everything that's happening here.
You can feel everything in the room. Yes.
So how many bogeys are in here with us?
There are 2 bogeys. One is small, bipedal, perhaps winged, and is in sort of the far corner, kind of looking at the pitchfork. You know, give me a free perception. This is kind of just, it's kind of just like to read what you're seeing as well as possible.
15.
It seems to be in a position of like analyzing the pitchfork. Seems to be like looking at it, and it's kind of gesturing, and you see as it does this gestures. The thing that you can sense that is being commanded to attack appears to be a medium-sized 4-legged canine, one that is you can feel heat coming off of.
Okay. I'm gonna move to the whichever creature is chanting, or commanding, or doing the winged, not the hellhound, but whatever the other
You're
thing
gonna use
is.
to the one that issued a command. Okay.
Yes.
You can do that certainly.
And I'm going to try.
You're going to, if you do that, you're going to be like moving into the space of the hound.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and so you're attacking?
I will attack, yes.
Go for it.
That's a 14.
Your 14 seems to bounce off of it. With an almost magical, you sense there's something about this creature is magically protected.
Like in the sense that I need to roll higher?
Just in the sense that you need to roll higher. Sorry. I'm just trying to say you can tell that you have apologies. You can tell that you have struck something that has some magic to it, that has some devilish power to it, and is
I really like it's important.
It is very important.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Odaluk's revealing sphere already?
Yeah. I was like, what are you throwing at us? I'm going to action surge.
Great.
And I'm going to attack again.
All right.
That is a 21.
A 21 will hit it.
I would fucking hope so. All right. That's a 6 on the die, so that's 7. 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing as you sort of swing your what weapon are you using?
Short sword.
Short sword. Oh.
And I have the short sword has a property called Vex.
Okay.
I get to use it because I'm proficient with it, where if I hit a creature with a short sword and deal damage to it, I have advantage on my next attack roll against that creature before the end of my next turn.
I love it.
And then that will be my turn.
I love it. Very good.
Good job.
Wap, it is your turn.
All right. AC is somewhere between 14 and 21.
Do I also know where this creature is, or was I able to track Cobalt?
You can. It is. It's. We're saying that it's. What's it called in this room? It's like lightly obscured, or even heavily. Just like you know where Cobalt went, so you know that once you're there, you'll be able to see what's going on. But you need to be kind of pretty close.
Okay. Well, I will follow where Cobalt went.
Understood.
That. Right. And I assume when I get there, I can see this creature.
You can see that Cobalt is attacking a Cobalt. Are your eyes still wrapped? I think you did wrap your eyes at some point, right, to avoid. So yeah, Cobalt is fighting like fully blindfolded. What you can sort of see as you squint through is there is a he's taller than like an imp. I don't know that Wap would know of imps. He's taller than an imp, but still like smaller than you. He's maybe like the height of a. He's maybe like just under 5 feet, kind of thing. And the horns a little more like that. Seems to be Wap. Give me a free Arcana roll or religion.
17 plus 1, 18.
This seems to be. I understand as you're sort of checking your. I don't know if you're looking up or trying to look up monsters or whatever, but
no, I'm not. But I'm listening.
This strikes you as some kind of like lieutenant devil type.
Okay.
Kind of a maybe the kind of devil somebody might be using if they weren't going to use the full-size devil they were planning on using against a party. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So maybe
maybe
it's not going to have all of its things. Point being, it is a devilish creature. However, what you see and arguably are maybe more concerned about as you get this close is the smoldering hellhound that is in its service that has been commanded to attack. And having seen Cobalt go, it's kind of just looking between you and Cobalt and is planning on, in its jaws are fire. You see that it is a furnace of an animal, of a fiend animal.
Yeah.
I thought there were 6 of you. So anyway, yes, the point is, so you get the sense of these being your targets at this point. Cobalt has struck the. He has drawn sort of fiendish goo from this kind of lesser devil thing.
Okay. Separate question.
Please.
Does the Hellhound seem like the bigger threat?
You've already done some kind of, thinking here at this moment, so I don't know the degree to which it seems like it has it seems like it seems heartier and more vicious than the sort of keeper of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how much I like this, but I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to attack the Hellhound.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use a key point or a focus point.
Yes, now focus points.
I'm gonna flurry of blows. So I'm gonna have 3 attacks total.
Wonderful.
What I would like to do, though, is on the first each attack, I basically want to try and knock it prone, and then I want to try and grapple it.
Understood.
So that's the order of operations. So if I can have a strength check to see if I can knock it prone.
So you're not dealing damage on any of these. These are all understood. understood. Okay, so the first one here.
Well, I mean, if he succeeds on both of the first try, both of them, he's got the third one to.
You could swing on the third. Okay, so
exactly.
First one. This is a strength throw.
I think so.
Yeah, strength saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
You have knocked it prone.
That was big.
Okay.
All right, great. And then I would like to follow that up by trying to grapple it.
Now, is it at disadvantage when it's grappled on strength saves?
This is what I'm looking for right now. No.
Okay.
Nope, just restricted movement and its attacks are effective.
All right, that is a 16.
It is dexterity or strength save, that whichever it prefers.
Oh, it could make either one. It has rolled a 16 on its strength save.
That does save.
So as you try to grapple it, it's like snarling and kind of getting back up on its haunches, as you're kind of trying to like get around it and sort of snapping at you. You're trying again?
I'm gonna try again.
All right.
This is such a weird. Monks are weird.
That is unfortunately a 20.
Okay.
So you're
right
on it. You're sort of kind of fighting it down. You're trying to, keep it low.
Well, at least I knocked it prone.
You did knock it prone. Although it can just stand up right at the beginning of its turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I should have grappled it first. I don't know.
Perhaps not knowing or not caring what it's going to do in this time, the lesser devil, noticing you sort of attacking it, Kobold, but noticing somebody going after the sort of creature beyond it, it is going to speak again to the Hellhound. And the Hellhound will use its reaction to make an attack. Now, unfortunately, this attack is at disadvantage because it's still prone, but it will do it nonetheless. So, disadvantage attack. All right, so that is a natural 20, or... Okay, that is a 7. So, Gladdy's prone. So, Wa'api'ino, it snaps at you and nearly gets you, but because you've got it down, it just can't quite reach you. But you do notice, Kobold, that this lesser devil seems to just, like, you've attacked it, and it's like, it's kind of wincing, but it's putting all its faith in its dog, basically. It's kind of just saying, handle, kind of go, attack. It is now the turn of the Hellhound. Now, the Hellhound has a fire breath, and I think I'm going to say that it's not going to be able to use that today, because its fire breath will simply immolate both of you with these 66
that's very nice of you.
Fire damage it can do.
It is appreciated.
Well, let's see if he ever hits. So he does kind of shrug you off, and now does attack you, in response to your presence.
Does it get up or does it stay on the ground?
He gets up.
Oh.
He couldn't get up when you already had it from last time. Wa'api'ino, does a 14 hit your armor class?
No.
Well, that is very good news, because he doesn't have... Oh, he has advantage on an attack roll against a creature of at least one of the Hound's allies within 5 feet. He would have advantage on Kobold, but we'll say that you're not within 5 feet of the lesser devil. Okay. Well, we may try to amend that later. But for now, there's that. Okay, so Kobold, it is your turn yet again.
I mean, seeing that this Hellhound is the more immediate threat, I'm going to turn around and attack that.
Sounds great.
Okay, that's a 19 on the die, so I assume
That will hit for sure. A very palpable hit.
Thank you. 6 points.
6 points. That's not fire damage by any chance, is it?
No, I'm glad it's not.
Okay, that's too bad. He's immune to that, so I would have been like, ha.
Just piercing.
You didn't hurt him. All right.
And then that's all I can do.
Sadly, you've already surged. All right, Wa'api'ino. So Kobold has now he was fighting the thing, and he's turned around, and he's now hacking at this, because he saw it bite at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to attack it. I'm gonna try and grapple it first this time, though.
Well, you're gonna grapple it before knocking it prone.
Yes.
Gotcha. That doesn't affect Grappling doesn't affect your ability to attack at all?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
I don't think it does. It makes your speed 0, but that's fine.
Yes.
Or no, or I guess it doesn't in this version because you can now walk a grappled creature. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Also true.
So first save against... That is a 20.
I don't like that.
Second, so grapple again?
Yeah,
Are
go
you
for
spending
it.
a key point, or are there only 2 this time?
I only got 2 focus points, but I'm going to spend them both. I'm going to spend it, yeah.
So spend it
Go.
this time. Okay, get it down and then do it. That is a 16.
I don't like that either.
Okay.
That was very, very rude.
Might as well
let's just hit it.
the third one, yeah.
Yeah, let's just hit it this
Okay,
time.
just gonna strike at it. Sounds good.
Yep. Yep. Great roll. That's an 8 on the die.
What's that get you to?
8. No, I'm sorry. That's a 2 on the die. Gets me to 8 total.
Okay, understood. So you were, it's Wapa'ino. Let's, in terms of making this a, in terms of narrativizing the situation, let's say that what's going on is that what's making it so hard for you, you were able, all you've really ever been able to do thus far is shove it. That's because you knocked it prone, but now that you're trying to wrap your hands on it, like, you're not taking damage, but it's hot. You are trying to grapple like a stove, basically. And it is like singeing your, you know, your any clothing you have, or I guess you really don't have much clothing, but like any bands or wraps you have in your hand are like, you know, kind of burning. It's just hurts and you're just not able to do it. It's not a mechanical effect, but we're just explaining how well he has rolled against it. And
Of course.
he's a big burly dog from hell. That's also going on. All right.
I'm getting warmed up here. I'm about ready to show it what I can do.
His master will once again have him spend his reaction to attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So basically, on the lesser devil's turn, the Hellhound is using his reaction to attack, like he did last time. It didn't work against you because it was at a disadvantage. I'm gonna say evens. This will go at Cobalt. Odds. This will go at Wapa'ino. I have rolled even, so sadly, Cobalt. This one is at advantage.
Okay.
I have rolled 2 4s, and it has a mere +5 to hit, so that doesn't work.
You know what? If it had a +6, it still wouldn't hit. So that makes you feel any better.
It does. It's more. I'm just glad. That being said, he on his own turn angry about that. No, he's gonna attack Wapa'ino. He's gonna go to the one who keeps growling at him. His master said get this one, but on his own initiative, he's going at Wapa'ino. Okay, so Wapa'ino, that is a 23 to hit.
Oh, that would hit.
Okay, so now is the time I'm a little worried about. Okay, first of all, okay. It could have been worse. You do take 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
But then you take 7 fire damage.
Good thing we had those 10 hit points.
Oh, 10 hit points. Yep. Oh, good. I feel a little less bad.
Yep. Still up.
Yeah, he's
He is gonna take 2 points of lightning damage.
Oh, lightning damage. Oh, I love that. Okay, great. Okay. That ends his turn. He's the lowest in initiative. So Cobalt, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to attack, and because I hit it last turn with my short sword, I have advantage on this attack roll.
Against the Hellhound, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Love it. That's right. You moved your attack.
Nice.
Let's do these two. Yeah, 16 on the die, so that will hit.
That'll hit.
For 19 total.
Totally. The Hellhound.
Oh, another 6 on the damage die.
Great.
So 7 points.
Love it. The Hellhound's AC, just to speed things along, as you guys are doing, the Hellhound's AC is 15.
Okay.
Guess what the AC of the Lesser Devil is?
15.
It is also 15. Very close. All right. That is Cobalt's turn. Wapa'ino.
All right.
I will. Well, actually, live your life. Do as you wish. You're good. I think you've noticed enough at this point.
Action attack, bonus action attack at this point.
You're switching to just striking.
Yep.
Love to hear it. Go for it.
19 on the die, so that's
That'll
gonna be a
hit for
25 to hit.
Love it.
And a 13 on the second one, so that'll miss.
The 13 sadly misses, but one strike goes through.
I mean, if you want to use your inspiration.
Oh, I do want to use my inspiration.
Reroll that.
Good call,
yeah,
Cobalt.
reroll that one. Yeah, use it now, not on your future death saves. That's a great idea.
That's 21 to hit.
Hey, great. 2 hits. We love to hear it.
All right. So that's 9 damage on the first attack and then 7 damage on the second attack.
16 total. Excellent. All right.
How's the thing looking?
Good thinking, Cobalt.
After those strikes, it is certainly looking a little gnarlier. You can see some like flame from some parts of it. It's looking harmed, but also a little more vicious.
Yeah.
The Lesser Devil once again compels it to attack. Devils are evil.
Yeah.
So it probably would tell it to attack Wappy. No, you know what? He wants it to get the one who's threatening him, so he's gonna attack Cobalt. He's gonna, because he has advantage on that.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 16 to hit you, Cobalt.
That will just hit.
That just hits. All right. So Cobalt, you take 9 points of piercing and 5 fire.
Okay.
Rolled higher on the piercing, lower on the fire. So you guys both, well, you had your 4 temp, but you've both taken some shots. Okay.
I'm just barely bloody.
At this point, the Lesser Devil, noticing how this is going to shift its position around Cobalt to be closer to Wa'apa Ino, where he's kind of also hassling you to give the pack tactics issues. He's kind of moving in to kind of be on both of you, kind of to be trouble for both of you gentlemen.
Yeah.
While also that has also moved it slightly closer to the pitchfork. So that was its turn. It is now the Hellhound's turn. Let's see. The Hellhound has been hit by both of you. It is bad, but he probably is madder at Wa'apa Ino. So he is going to attack, and now he has advantage because devils are evil, and I'm very sorry. I could roll 2 4s. It's happened. Okay. The higher is a 10, which is a 15. What is your armor class?
16.
I really thought it was because I thought you had 2 dex and 4 wisdom, or 4 dex and 2 wisdom. So, really happy about that scenario. Okay, so it has snapped at you and done that, but it is now Cobalt. It is your turn.
Okay, my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to do my second wind.
That is a really smart thing for Cobalt Rainsilver.
That's a 1 on the die, so I gain 3 hit points.
Well, better a 1 on the D10 now than when you were rolling for leveling up.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Oh,
That's true. Okay, See, again, this is the problem with fighters. All I can do is hit things.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, wait a minute. Hang on. Wait, I just want to make sure I'm reading this right.
I want you to read it right too, whatever it is. I really want you to read it.
We all believe in you. Your reading comprehension.
Okay, I have a very important question.
Yes.
Which ability am I using for my spellcasting ability modifier?
Well, I believe, generally speaking, one can choose that.
I would like to choose charisma. I would like for it to be charisma.
I think it is charisma.
Okay.
Oh, is that True Strike?
That's True Strike, yes.
Oh, yeah. You should True Strike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why doesn't it say? Oh, I see, because you use your thing. Wait, you should only be True Strike.
I know, I just realized this.
True Strike is very good now. You're a fighter who's more charismatic than you are.
Yeah. Okay, so Because True Strike, for those of you who don't know, who are watching, who don't know about True Strike in the original 5e was hot garbage, big doo-doo dog shit. And now it is different, and I have it, and what it does is, it says, guided by a flash of magical insight, you make one attack with the weapon used in the spell's casting. The attack uses your spell casting ability for the attack and damage rolls instead of using strength or dexterity. If the attack deals damage, it can be radiant damage or the weapon's normal damage type, your choice. And I have advantage on this Hellhound.
You have advantage against the Hellhound.
So I'm going to use True Strike to attack it.
Which gives you a +5 to hit instead of a +3.
No,
6 to hit.
A +6 to hit.
Because you've been rolling with a +3. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
15 on the die, 21, yeah.
That hits for sure.
And then I have a +4 to this damage. That's 3. That's 7 radiant damage to this Hellhound.
Love to hear it.
Oh, okay. Should have been in that all along, but whatever.
Excellent. Okay, yeah. You've
Is radiant damage more effective?
It does not appear to be against this, but against many things, it is certainly more effective than simply piercing. All right, very good.
Yeah, I mean, that's my turn. That was, yeah, I'll stay right there.
All right. Wapino, your turn.
Does the Hellhound look...
The Hellhound is not looking his best. The Hellhound has had many better days than this, and he's snarling at his... The Hellhound looks determined to bite someone really well on its next turn. If it gets one.
Well...
Or on its next reaction when its master tells it to.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of options, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack it.
I think that makes sense.
That is a 16 on the die, so 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Let's roll it.
6 points of damage.
There we go.
You have another strike, right?
Yep.
If you hit, he will be dead.
All right, let's go for it. Natural 20.
Let's go.
Overkill, baby. Let's do it.
Overkill thing. I'll even say, not like the Magman where it's a problem, but you, Wapino. So basically, as Cobalt finally is like, oh, I should be using... Also, Cobalt, I'd like to think that in that moment, maybe you can describe your sort of reaction to this. I'm walking back, I'm going to walk back your beautiful crit thing to also talk about Cobalt's, because this kind of changed the whole thing. Cobalt, during this fight, you've been blind fighting, you've been doing this, but you suddenly realize that, True Strike is, I believe we specifically chose it for you, not because it is actually super useful due to your insane build, but we chose it for you because it is it is a divination cantrip.
Yes.
So as you're fighting, you're realizing that your divinatory abilities, your ability to kind of understand precisely where you would hit and how you can do that, not so much with your body, but with your sort of belief in your stuff. What happens in this moment when you finally realize this, presumably for the first time in combat?
Yeah, I think it's like born out of a combination of the fact that I'm blindfolded right now, so I'm using this blind sight that was given to me by my class, but like by this card, for flavor. And it's a combination of that and like the fact that I'm an Aasimar, and it's just like there's like some little like divine spark that guides the hit, perhaps similar to whatever divine spark might help imbue these cards with power.
So as you sort of strike it in this sudden thing, Wapini, you kind of see this glow to Cobalt as the sword suddenly glows, and you're like, oh, okay, sure, it's almost like a little fairy fire moment for you. We're like, I see it, and you just strike once and you hit it, but then your second strike, where do you punch the beast for your?
I punch
critical?
It right between the eyes, and I send it 5 feet backwards as I do that. Keep its little flaming body a little bit away from me.
There will be no damage from it, but as you hit it and knock it back, it does explode in flame and ash. You guys kind of maybe, kind of like move back, but it just goes, and like another section of the wall begins to crumble, and,
As that happens, I just turn around very slowly towards the imp, and then I just kind of start gritting at it. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go ahead and activate my ability and grow to an extra size larger than myself.
That's a free use?
I get to use that once a day, I think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and become large, and just tower over this
That's
tiny.
fun, but you don't have to spend your
You already used your action and bonus action.
Bonus action or action.
Oh, fine, it's an action. Whatever. I won't do it.
Understood. Can, but next.
I do it in my mind.
You're already much bigger than this thing.
I use perspective, and I just like
force perspective.
Stand a little bit closer. Yeah.
In the meantime, as this sort of devilish thing is kind of looking at the two of you and kind of just looking back and forth, not quite sure what it should do. No, it sees you're wearing a blindfold. Okay, never mind. So doing this, it will, it is going to disengage and kind of do like a hop fly over and grab hold of the pitchfork. It screams in pain upon doing so and starts holding its head and muttering in infernal. What's that?
It drops the pitchfork if it's holding its head?
Yes. It grabs hold and it's sort of snarling, and that is kind of its that will be its turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to it then. I'm gonna stand over the pitchfork. And then I'm going to hit it with True Strike.
Yeah.
And now let's see if something cool happens. Okay, that's an 8 on the die, so I'm gonna use my heroic inspiration and re-roll that.
Love it.
Proud of you, Cobalt.
Natural 20, let's go.
That is the time to do it. All right.
So, all right, so that's a 3 and a 5, so that's a total of 12 radiant damage.
So, okay, so no, forget to add 5. So max it out. One die is maxed, and the other die you roll.
Oh, okay. I'll just re-roll both. I'll re-roll the one. Roll one.
Just re-roll one. Yeah, because it'll be 6 plus whatever you roll.
5. Okay, 6 plus 5 plus
11
4.
plus 4, 15.
15 points of radiant damage. Okay.
All right, so had this been the full-sized creature that I was intending this to be, there might have been more things in here as well with 6 of you. But had this been the main thing, it would be very mad in here. From what I've lowered it to, Cobalt, you have, like, to the dot, struck it down.
Was it vulnerable to this?
It was not vulnerable to the radiant, it just didn't have many hit points because there were only 2 of you tonight. So,
okay, great.
You have, part of me is like, let it stay up and let Lopina, but Lopina already took one out in dramatic fashion. Yeah. So, you do destroy it, and
Lopina's fine with this.
It too bursts out in a sort of flash of flame.
Before we do anything else, I'm going to go over to Wappa. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and go, nice work. And I'm going to use my healing hands.
Oh.
And you regain 5 hit points.
Thank you.
You
did, Cobalt. You did pretty darn good yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have like gloves or something?
Yeah, you have. I mean, yeah, you certainly have some kind of, or some, just like a cloth, like a towel.
Okay. No, I want to cast Identify on the pitchfork, but I don't want to touch it because I saw what touching it did to the devil.
Yeah. You probably don't want to do that in this room. Okay,
well then I will.
Just based on that the seal, it's look behind Jed's image. Just that's the
I'm going to,
another ceiling piece falls down behind you guys. Yeah.
Then I'll take off my cloak and I'll wrap the trident and the pitchfork in the cloak.
I love it. You can do that. No roll required. You're able to do it. You can feel the heat through it, but it's not causing any damage. It's not. It's not setting. It might be smoking a little bit in places, but it's not immolating. Yeah. In the meantime, let's roll for old Zeely here. No, I should roll a nicer looking one.
Also, I guess I'll use my other second blade while we're at it.
Sure. In the meantime, you see an axe chopping through, the flaming beams that were blocking your way, and kind of shoving those out. And you know, Zeely is kind of like looking over, kind of they're trying to determine if she needs to leap in there, but seeing that you guys are just alone and that you're wrapping something up, she now focuses on kind of moving stuff out. And behind her, actually no, I'll roll for all of them, all 4 of them, all 4 of these idiots. I mean, these nice people. Zeely is coughing. Kha'rack is coughing. Tenacity is coughing. And Luck is just kind of saying, so did you get it? Or like, what do we have? I'm ready to cast spells.
No, we've got it.
Okay, so what are you doing in there? Come on, let's go.
Kawapa and I look around and see if there's anything else curious we might want to like take on our way out.
Please make perception checks. Wappa, you know, yours is disadvantage.
18.
12.
Anything of value in here is now cinder. The room has been completely burned. Any interesting information? I will say, you do notice there is a skeleton back there that you're pretty sure is Crusade.
Yes.
A horned skeleton, although even as you step forward, like one of the horns just like, you know, like it's so hot the horn has ashed as well. So it's very...
Yes, all's well that ends well, I suppose. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
You got what we came.
To make your way out, I need both of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 6.
6?
Yeah.
The 9.
Okay. They all passed. I'm not even joking. I just rolled 4 d20s, and the lowest is a 13. I don't even know what to tell you. Because they all passed, given that you two are both in bad shape, beautiful. You will both take 2 points of sort of like effectively poison damage, I guess, as you're like breathing in smoke now. You know, they shrug it off,
sure.
but because you two are just so banged up and you're kind of holding this thing, Cobalt, it seems very, you know, it's not heavy, but it seems like a heavy burden. They're grabbing you guys and pushing you through since they all saved.
I mean, yeah, we did the actual work.
You did the actual work, so they'll...
Facts.
Yeah, they're coughing as well, but they're able to sort of avoid the damage from it. You guys eventually rush out through sort of the entrance, collapsing outside as a big section of the sort of burning thing does collapse within. You sort of see, you know, just embers shot out in all directions. As the exertion of carrying you guys out, now Zeely and Luck and Tenacity and Kha'rack, they all kind of, you know, kind of like roll over, you two kind of coughing. No one's in great shape. They're all sort of just prone. Actually, all 6 of you are prone as you sort of move out. As you're laying there on the ground just outside, you hear a voice saying to you, "But did you get the card? The card, do you have the card?" And as you two squint up, as the others are coughing around you, you see Restitution is standing there. She doesn't have a weapon drawn, but she is certainly well armed. Probably has a cut on her cheek from, you know.
The card seemed to be gone. The room was...
Deception.
Oh, you mean the thing that I'm proficient in and have a +6 to?
Yeah. I'll roll for her. She's pretty insightful, but look.
That's an 11.
I knew it was gonna happen when you started talking. I was like, oh no.
She says, "No, the card that he," and she points to Luck, "stole from the flames before I had a chance to do so."
Oh, Dan had forgotten that he had stolen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like coughing. He's just kind of coughing and saying like, "There's something between us, though, right?" But then as she looks at you and she says, "No. What is that?" And she points at sort of the cloak you have, Cobalt. Why do I say Cobalt every time? Jeez.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that remained in the room.
is that you should leave that to stronger things, fiends or mages or others. Just all that matters is the card.
You know what it is?
I know that it is something that was lost from the world, and
Well,
that is the cost of the card, that lost things are found. But you should not have it.
well, if you'd like to give me a minute, I can tell you what it is.
I don't want to know what it is. All I want to know that you have the card.
I feel bad like just ratting out like Andrew.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
We were hoping the combat would have lasted the whole session.
Yes, yes.
Also, if you guys want to elect to end it here, having done the heroics, if you want to end it here and have this be a thing we could do with them.
I mean, I would like to end it 1 minute later.
I understand. Restitution sort of staring at you will say,
I'll just say, work it out with him.
she'll look at Luck for a moment. She'll simply say this. You hold things of great power. The card, members of the cult will come for, yes, but others too. Others who want to destroy it and anyone connected to it. That thing...
If you'd like to tell us more about that, we're all ears.
I am not a believer in this cult to the degree of some others, but I do know the power of these cards and the wisdom in crafting a new deck like this. The power to shape the world. To risk things on a draw with even higher stakes. But you are alone. You have destroyed this branch of the cult. Others will come, and not only the cult. There are those who want to destroy the card, as I said, and they, if they find you, they will kill you. And they believe they are doing the right thing. They have justice on their side, which is very dangerous. You won't survive very long, unless you know what to do. But that thing, she points at the thing, leave it where you found it. This is not for us to have. The things that will come for this, the power that it might destroy you itself. I don't want to know the secrets of what it is. I don't care about the things that are lost. I care about the power that they represent in the form of a deck. Do you understand how much more power that is?
You're going to take the cards, all of them, won't you?
Of course, we must bring all the cards together. Members of the cult are already trying to collect them.
Can I insight that?
Go ahead.
Is she like, is she, it's a 19, but really I'm trying to figure out if her motivation is to get the card for herself or if it's for the cult.
Oh, no, she has said it's for herself. But she's not even saying it's, I think what she's saying, and I think you do believe this, the incredible deception I rolled isn't even a thing. She wants it for herself, but like not she just wants the power to exist so she can draw from it. She isn't like you don't think she's trying to be the next,
She doesn't care who has them. She
doesn't
just
care
wants
about
them
the
beyond the world.
she doesn't need to be the next Woundmaker or the next Ziola. She wants to be the next. She just wants to get to draw. She wants the deck assembled. She wants to do whatever she can. She will work with this cult. She'll work with weird mages. She'll work with you people. She'll work with whoever it is that sees the cards together, that sees the deck assembled. That is what she's saying, and you do believe that.
Okay.
But she is warning you very heavily against that, and she says, if you attain that, you will not have my help. And I would urge you to give me the card now, so that it does not fall into the hands of whoever kills you over that thing.
I don't have the card.
She kind of just looks at Luck again. Luck says nothing, still just,
Mm.
whatever. Yeah.
Cobalt. Let's figure out what that is.
Yeah. Yes. I will. I'm gonna keep a glove on or something and try and cast Identify.
I think you certainly can do so. And you do. You do identify as a ritual, right?
Yeah.
So it takes 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so basically, you guys probably all move away. She seems very cagey, but since you are casting the spell, she's kind of like, okay, she's. Lapino, give me another insight roll on her.
14.
She seems genuinely worried, but if he's casting Identify, she might as well hear about it,
Right, right.
Like,
I mean, of course.
okay. I mean, if you're doing it, I guess I'll hear. But no matter what, I don't want it. We should leave. Okay. All right. So, Wabino, give me a perception roll. I'm gonna have you keep lookout to make sure nothing untoward happens here.
16.
16. Okay. I'm gonna roll a d20.
Can I also stare her down so that she steps away a little bit?
Are you gonna do that, or are you going to keep watch? I would say
I'll keep watch.
Those are not. Those will be okay. All right. With a 16 beating a 15. Very well. Wappa, you do notice that as he is doing this, there does appear a sort of weird, fiery, ember-like glow from the trees beyond. You guys have probably moved over to the tree line to sort of do this. And deeper in the forest, you do see a little bit of glint for a second. You're like, is it a weird, Fata Morgana, like a fake flame or something here? That you look, you see some kind of little fiend, smaller even than the lesser devil, kind of perched in the trees watching. It is not moving towards you, but it is clocking you all. You doubt it is something big enough to take this based on what you and Kobold did, and now the whole party's here, but
Can I walk to all the Can I walk to everybody basically and say there's eyes in the trees, let's try and snipe it at the same time or something?
Oh, you wanna all them do a sort of a coordinated attack. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you include her in this?
Yes.
She will say in response, she'll look and say, "Why would you want to provoke such a thing? You've already cheated death once. What? You think destroying that will stop them from coming from you?"
It might stop them from knowing something about us. What is thing?
You think that is the only one of those in these trees?
Are there other ones in these trees? You see others?
She says, "I don't need to see them. I am sure they're there, and if not there now, soon. They are drawn to this thing, like fiendish moths to a flame. But go ahead, provoke it if you wish."
Cobalt, what did you figure out?
If you do not attack by the time that Cobalt finishes casting Identify, well, Cobalt, Dan, how do you want this as an email?
Whatever it is, yeah, sure, yeah.
You've got quite a paragraph, or quite a series of paragraphs coming your way.
Oh, Jesus.
And I believe you do know all of these because, congratulations, this is not a cursed item. So even these sort of negative effects are not going to even these negative effects, these randomly generated artifact negative effects, which I actually re-rolled yesterday because of the new DMG that came out, and subtly for the most part everything I had rolled was already on it, but I just slightly shifted just for fun. But there you go. You may share this as you'd like. You can read aloud, or you can summarize and we can vamp.
Did you send it?
I have emailed it to you.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of shit there. Okay.
It's an artifact.
All right. Should I just read this? Jed, what do you think? Just read it out loud? All right.
I think so.
So it's a trident. It's an artifact. It requires attunement. It's called Ultor. Ultor. Ultor is the weapon and punishing implement of Trisulcus, an elder devil, who was beheaded by Infernia after he captured her mother, Lilitu. A pitchfork forged of solidified ashen ember. Ultor is black, heavily embellished with fiendish iconography, and ever hot to the touch. Magic weapon. Ultor is a magic weapon that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. On a hit, it deals an additional 1d8 fire damage or 1d10 if wielded with both hands, and 1d8 psychic damage, 1d10 if wielded with both hands, as they are tormented by terrific pain. Lashing Hellfire. If you have a feature that lets you use this trident's topple monastery, you gain a mastery property. You gain a +3 bonus to the DC that creatures must save against to avoid being knocked prone. In addition, any creature knocked prone by this weapon suffers 3d8 fire damage as Hellfire lashes out of the ground at the prone creature. Oh. Inflict Agony. You may press Ultor against a creature and use your action to activate its most vicious application of agony. The creature is subjected to tremendous pain. They cannot move and they are incapacitated. This effect lasts for 1 minute while Ultor is pressed against them, though the creature may attempt a DC 20 Wisdom saving throw to end this effect at the end of their turns. If the minute ends and the creature is still under the effects of the agony and still in contact with Ultor, the creature dies from the sheer pain. Once you use the feature, you regain the ability to do so the next day at dawn or after you slay a creature with Ultor, including killing a creature through the inflict agony feature.
Yeah, so as long as they die, you can do it as much as you want. Here's the one you guys might care about. Check this one out.
Nourishing Flames. While holding Ultor, you have immunity to fire damage. Whenever you are subjected to fire damage, you take none of that damage and regain a number of hit points equal to half the fire damage dealt.
Yeah.
Random properties. While attuned to Ultor, you gain the following features. You can cast the Vicious Mockery cantrip, and the save DC against this effect is 20, unless your own spellcasting ability will cause it to be higher. You cannot be blinded, deafened, petrified, or stunned.
Now the bad ones.
That gets really fun. Other creatures cannot take short or long rests while within 300 feet of you.
God.
A football field away.
Yeah.
All magic potions within 10 feet of you are diluted, rendering them permanently non-magical. God, it's so good, and then those are so... They're not even like...
Yeah. What?
They're rough, but they're more just like super fucking annoying than outright detrimental.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like vulnerability to all damage. It's just like this thing just destroys... No one can.
Yeah, you know your Pokemon. It's fucked.
I like it because in my mind, those are both very kind of the blinded, deaf, and stunned. I when it gave you a cantrip, I was like, I'll have it be Vicious Mockery, and I'm gonna up the DC just to make it sort of fun. Blinded, deaf, and petrified, stunned. I'm not really sure how that fits, but those two detriments really fit with the vibe of this thing. It's like it makes everyone so uncomfortable they can't rest around it. There's just pain. It's pain, and it just like it's like, oh, you think this can heal you? You think these potions can help you? No, there's no recourse against Ultor. You can read the final bit if you'd like. It's always a.
Oh, and then destroying Ultor. If Lilitu is in her place of power, she can devour Ultor entirely, ending its magic.
There you go. So that is the
well,
artifact you have found. A literal devil pitchfork made to torment souls.
God, I mean, it does slap super hard. But it's also kind of like the last two things are kind of unfair to the party at large.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually, it's less unfair to the party at large. It's more unfair to whoever has Ulter because they're sleeping alone.
Well, I mean, but also the potions. It's like,
The
we'll probably
potions,
add potions and shit, and that just, like, really, I mean, that just, it's like, if it were, I would say that, like, I would be attuning to this 5 minutes ago if the potions thing weren't there.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I think, I know it is only 8:45, but perhaps that should be a discussion for the whole party.
Yes.
I certainly think that if either of you are like, if it is decided someone may attune to such a thing, you guys should absolutely have first dibs. You were chicken little. You threshed the wheat. You grew the stuff, you know, etc. Is that Chicken Little? Who's the one?
No.
Who's the one who does the? Will you?
Chicken Little, the sky is falling.
Who's the? Will you help me thresh the wheat?
It is a farm thing. It is like animals.
Little Red Hen. Fuck me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will not help you thresh the wheat. So basically, the Little Red Hen asks everyone for help. No one says help. And then at the end, I guess the Little Red Hen doesn't let them eat the bread, cookies. I don't know. Point being, unless there are things you guys want to do, and also if you guys are like, no, we can make some decisions without them. No one's here. Let's do it. But I would say, given now that you know what's going on, Restitution will say this. She will say, you understand. Even if there were not harmful attributes to this provides power in things like that. They are far more desirous of this power. And if they cannot win it, their stronger masters will come. Won't they?
We understand. Can we have a minute? That like too much to ask? Or go talk to Luck or something for a second.
She will go to Luck and she will start talking to Luck. Yeah.
Oh, she is a handful. That one.
Yes, quite a lot.
So I was thinking, that thing sounds really strong, but also kind of dangerous. And if we have to keep fighting things like we just did, that could be less than fruitful. So I was thinking, and we'll kind of want to get your thoughts before I say anything, but like, you know, maybe we should just see like that was I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but that I think was the devil we fought.
I believe so. Yes.
So like maybe we should just try and like sell it back to him.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. You know, we can
just maybe go over talk to that guy and be like, hey, you know,
yes,
why fight when?
Yeah, why fight when we can come to a more equitable exchange for all parties.
Exactly. That makes me feel good to know that we're on the same page with that cobalt.
Yes.
Makes sense. I think in light of that, and given that neither of you speak Infernal, but someone else in the party does, I think maybe we should actually end it there.
Yeah.
Because you can get some other impressions on whether or not that's a wise plan, and also then they can help with the doing of that.
Yeah.
But congratulations, level 2 characters, you have acquired an artifact, and now comes that question of, but do I want this artifact? Because it's a tricky one. Yeah, it's a fun weapon though, right?
Oh yeah, that's pretty sick.
I really enjoyed
nice.
I had fun with the like trying to like get in the spirit of the new stuff of giving it the +3 bonus to the DC of its mastery feature. I thought that was kind of
that is really cool.
Fun idea.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
I can go grapple people and then bring them over to Cobalt and he can just knock them prone for me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad news. Well, great. Well, that I guess is a very momentous session. You didn't die. How low in hit points did either of you get?
I was down to 3.
So the 4 hit points kept you alive. The 4 temp.
100%. 100% did.
I was down to 10 at my lowest.
10 at your lowest. Yeah, you guys were. That's tough. Yeah, the.
Just think what would have happened if I had, you know, used my first 5 attacks to actually hit something.
That's the thing about. Here's the thing. When the reason that it isn't broken is that, like, if you can get a thing down, like, if you're ever doing it to something that, like, doesn't have any sort of strength or whatever, like, if you can get it down, then it's so stuff. But, like, if you're up against a thing that has decent strength, and I was rolling fairly well, yeah, you only got the initial one, then the rest of them were, you know, basically saving whatever. Yeah, it's kind of a
just fool's gold.
Yeah,
fool's gold is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're. What's your DC? 14? I feel like making them beat a 14 is harder than you beating an armor class with your +6 to hit or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe when there's more people fighting, it probably makes more sense. When there's more sources of damage, you're holding it down and everyone else, but it's just you two. It's probably like, maybe we should just be murder.
Yeah.
But
this is why you take the grappler feat, so at least your first attack
also does
can
some.
Take that chance. Yeah.
But very fun nonetheless, guys. Very good, and I'm so glad that we found out that True Strike is actually perfect for Cobalt Rain Silver.
That was awesome.
So fun. Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this sort of slightly smaller scale, but honestly very engaging two-man wrecking crew coming in and taking out some fiends and winning an artifact. You can never take it away that you won Ultor in combat. Like the Dark Saber, it belongs to you. Yeah.
So even if we give it back to them, then technically it's still ours.
Yeah, exactly. Da-da.
Wappa Ino's still undefeated in fights. I just want to throw that out there. Still undefeated.
He was knocked out during the first fight of this game. Oh, I love it. So you can join us for a bunch of other stuff on the channel if you so choose. Let's see.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Dodgers just won the World Series, so
they did.
Won the World Series.
That's fun, but would it have been a little better if they'd lost and then could have won it at home? Or would you just rather have the L?
Just get the L. Get the W is what it is. And
you want wouldn't you rather serve? You just want to serve an L.
I've never heard anybody say one sentence that so encapsulated their lack of knowledge when it comes to sports, other than
don't you just want to
wouldn't you rather them get the L?
Don't you want to get the? Well, you want the Yankees to get the L.
We did, yeah.
They did.
We wanted the dub.
So I guess tonight, no fans cheated. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in any event, thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this tonight. But we have another game tomorrow night that is a mildly big deal. You can see Dan in it. You can see Lauren. You can see Zane. You can see Liv. You can see Jeremy for the last time in Blood from a Stone. Tomorrow is Halloween, All Hallows Eve, and we are bringing it to a close. We've done 168 sessions. 169 is tomorrow. Jed, you were there at the beginning of that, and I appreciate all your contributions throughout. It has really changed and morphed over the years. Liv is in it. Liv is in it because of some resurrection stuff. Liv is actually in it as her character from that very first game.
Oh, wow.
Back to life, yeah. We had about 13 sessions ago when we returned to Paradise for this final arc. We actually did a thing where it was a bunch of kids. It restarted basically. It was a bunch of teenagers at the lake, how it had been, you know, just like the thing. And she walked into it and was like, "What the fuck? Why is this happening?" Yeah. So it's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited. We're in a very weird position for it, and Dracula and Maisie, a lot going on. So come check that out. On Sunday, please come join us for Monster the Ravaging, a game that is quickly becoming a very then no game this Friday because we're doing that on Thursday, pulling it ahead a day for Halloween. On Sunday, Monster the Ravaging, a game that Jed, I think you would agree has kind of been a lot. Not that I didn't think it was going to be fun, but it's coming together. I like this game. There's a vibe. Yeah. I like the system. You guys seem to get the system. It's all very, fun stuff. So please come join us for that sort of gothic punk 1990s nonsense as we try to stop some ravagings and try to hope nobody else has. Oh, I'm going to mention this to you right now because it's a short one, so we'll throw stuff into this. Here's something Pierce and I were talking about as maybe a way to slightly alter the vibe of that game. How would you feel about this? Because I feel like Rage Dice, I wish Rage Dice had more positives for you. Okay.
Yes, I agree with that.
What if Rage Dice were not substitutional, but additive? What if you added your rage dice to your pool, so they're making you stronger, but
That's
every
actually
rage
great.
dice you add is more opportunities for it to be a huge failure?
That is such a great idea.
Okay, I think we'll maybe try that.
Absolutely.
It's not how it works in the
Absolutely.
system. We might introduce this next session. If it winds up being too broken or something, maybe we'll back off. But I think maybe we'll try that. That might be a. That might be a thing.
I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Yeah. Oh look, we got helicopter guys. We have helicopters in chat. We got our new helicopter emote in chat. Get to the chopper.
Ayo.
I love it.
Get to that chopper.
So yeah, join us for that on Sunday. You probably will see that new rule in effect, so that'll be fun. On Monday, the Dreamlands. We had to postpone the Dreamlands this last week because, unlike this session, I didn't want to do that one without ever I needed some people who weren't going to be there for the TVU. So you can still vote. We've established we're going to the TVU to do a Home Shopping Network adventure, but you can vote in downtime for what product will be sold. What Amber Light giving items are the ones they're going to have to sell in this QVC HSN style pitch. So please, this infomercial situation. So come and check that out. And then 1 week from tonight, we will see what happens when Wappa, Eno, Cobalt, and hopefully Zeely, if they can talk her into it, go and negotiate with some fiends to potentially offload this. Ooh, this is a cool item, but man, would it be dangerous to have on you.
Yeah. Pretty cool though.
It's a cool item though. That nourishing hellfire is pretty nice, right? Just stand
That's
in the
sick.
campfire, just soak it in. Yeah. So please go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how all this stuff goes together, our Instagram too. Occasionally, we post when games will be on that, so you can follow us there or whenever. We should probably post more fun stuff there. We should do a lot of things. Anyway,
Only have one life. Only so much time.
one life. Would either also please follow everyone on the channel, especially these two guys here. Would either of you like to pitch anything, mention anything? Just I don't know. The floor is yours. The floor is lava. The lava is yours by the transitive property of equality.
I mean, the new season of What We Do in the Shadows is now hitting the airwaves, so
It is.
check that bad boy out.
It's been some really funny stuff this season. So
Yeah,
I like the most recent episode a lot.
I haven't seen the new one yet.
Understood.
My sister just started watching Ted Lasso. Absolutely loving it. So that's very exciting for her. So if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, definitely should watch that. The new season of The Diplomat starts tomorrow. That's something anybody's really interested in.
I watched the first season with Carrie
I did
Russell
too.
and Rufus
Yep.
Sewell. Yeah.
Oh, I love Rufus Sewell.
Rufus Sewell.
I was just talking about him yesterday at the gym. Because someone like when I worked at J. Crew, he came into the store a couple times and I helped him out, and he was like a very pleasant guy to help, to assist. So I was like,
That's
yeah,
great.
great.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah,
that.
That's wonderful.
like
His show starts again on Thursday.
great.
Yeah.
Gallagher and Saber.
Also-
Shogun is good as well.
Shogun's great.
Shogun's very good.
Also, I just have to say, hell yeah, Dodgers, new champions of the world, right there.
There you go.
That's fantastic. And Lakers are off to. They had a bad game today, but still off to one of the best starts they've had in recent memory. That's really great. Just like LA rocks. It's kind of the best city in the world ever. And if you don't appreciate that, you're a trash person.
Wow.
So hot take, but I'm going with it.
There you go.
There you
Wow.
go.
It's, what's your least favorite LA sports franchise?
Oh, I know.
The Clippers.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Since you
Yeah.
have a
Actually-
crosstown rival.
That is not a crosstown rival. It is like it's something that shouldn't exist in the city. Like
Okay, I
it's,
mean,
it's an embarrassment.
It's literally a crosstown rival, but okay, sure. Yeah.
But you have to be a rival to be a crosstown rival. They're just crosstown.
Haven't they been very good? Haven't they been?
No, everybody wants them to be good because they hate the Lakers, but the truth of the matter is they're not very good because
But-
they're the freaking Clippers.
I mean,
So-
weren't they good for a few years recently? Weren't the Clippers like?
Oh,
better?
definitely, totally. They were so good for a few years.
I genuinely don't know.
Oh.
The sport I follow the least is basketball.
Same. I don't care about basketball.
Okay.
Have they ever been in the conference finals? No. Have they ever been in the
That's
P
your
finals?
answer. There
No.
you go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. By the way, I'm so sorry to Jake to Brandon if he's in chat still, because I know he loves Clippers, but my fandom can't help but hate on them. So there it is. Oh yeah.
Well, there you go. Some strong words of LA sports.
It got dark. I didn't mean it to go there, but
Fine.
you know,
You gotta do it.
I mean, listen, I'm
You
going to
gotta do
be, in a couple weeks, I'm going to be at the Coliseum, hopefully watching Nebraska upset USC, so we'll see how that goes.
I got you.
it. There
Yeah.
go. Well, thanks for watching Sports Talk.
Yeah,
for
because
all
just
your
the
sports
fellas
needs.
here, we can talk
We
sports.
can finally talk
So
sports.
there's the boys. So we got the boys here.
Good lord. Well, this was a lot of
We
fun.
all got embarrassed there, didn't we?
I mean,
I want to talk fantasy football, but I know neither of you do fantasy football, so.
what do we think the broken one meant today, by the way?
Oh,
We made that fucking devil into the broken one, I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
There
They
you go.
fucking broke his face.
Oof.
I broke that dog's face.
You did.
Say that.
You really did break the dog's face. It was intense.
Oh man, there's
Excellent.
nothing like rolling a natural 20 when they have one hit point left. Like is
Yeah.
like the culmination of
Yeah,
everything.
It just feels like the put it away. Yeah. Very good.
It's a real we did it, Joe moment.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been delightful. Until next time, draw well.